But anyway, let's say that you make a conversion of $100,000, and let's say that you live for 20 years after you do the conversion. You yourself, forget your kids, forget your grandkids, you yourself will be better off by $50,000. Okay? And what's, to me, is so cool about Roths and estate planning, you know, I could tell you, oh, I have this wonderful life insurance policy for you. The premium will be little itty bitty, and the death benefit will be giant, and your kids are going to have a lot of money. It's going to be wonderful. And maybe it would be a good thing. But you're the one paying the premium. They're the one benefiting. Here, you're benefiting. Now, what's going to happen in reality? In reality, I talk about which assets to spend first. First, I say spend your after-tax dollars, money you've already paid tax on. Then spend your IRA dollars. Then spend your Roth dollars last. If you do that, what dollars are you most likely going to die with? The Roth. And I'll tell you something, I don't even have to ask, because I work with your generation. I don't have to ask if you're spenders or savers. You guys are savers. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. That's just the way my clients are. And not just my clients, but mainly your generation. And as you go older, it becomes even more of that depression-era mentality. So for whatever it's worth, I've been involved in probably billions of dollars, certainly hundreds of millions of dollars with Roth IRA conversions. I don't know anybody that's spent any of it. They just make the conversion. It's always there for them if they need it. No minimum required distribution. We'll get to that in a little bit. But you yourself are better off by $50,000. So, okay, that's nice. Well, what happens after you die? And by the way, I'm not going to go through the assumptions, but I do have the assumptions. After you die, let's say you leave it to your kids. And let's say that, so this is where you were at 65, then you died at, say, age 85. Your kids at the time were age 45. Your kids, compare the kids of Mr. Roth IRA conversion versus the kids of Mr. Status Quo. And there's a $600,000 difference. Your kids could be $600,000 better off if you make a $100,000 Roth IRA conversion. And what's even more fun is if you make a Roth IRA conversion and you leave it to your grandkids. In that case, so your kids, let's say the grandchild's 25 when you die, then the grandchild's going to be better off by $8.9 million. I mean, it's really astounding. So I have a hard time giving a talk and not talking about Roth at all. There is a flaw in this analysis, though. All right? The flaw is I didn't take into account inflation. If we're talking about, for the grandkids, you know, we're talking 60, 70, 80 years out, you have to take account into inflation. So if we do, the grandkids aren't really $8.9 million in today's dollars better off. They're better off by $800,000. Your kids aren't really better off by $600,000. They're better off by $160,000. And you're not really better off by $50,000. You're better off by $28,000. All right? So there's significant advantages to the Roth.